everyone. It is raining crazy here in Houston today. I keep telling y'all every day when I'm en route to work that I'm gonna leave earlier, and I do get up for work, y'all, like at about 4:45, 5 o'clock. But I'm watching news, and I'm just like straightening up stuff around my apartment, and I look up and it's already like 6 o'clock. I have to say, I have yet to get the challenge answered by Chopper about he and I going heads up doing a live video. Yeah, it is. It's pouring down here. Mm. Thank you, Queen Lady. What's up? Hey, this beach is better. Divine, thank you. You have one also. I got my costume together. I'm doing, for the gentleman's panel. It's on Halloween. So we're going to be in costume. I don't know who all's dressing in costume, but most of us are. I'm getting my makeup done for the costume Thursday at 4 o'clock. Hey, Aston Martin. Miss Lady Scoop, hey. I'm excited about getting in costume. It rains. When it rains here in Houston, I have a phobia. Y'all, I tell y'all, the phobia comes when I have to post more pictures of, I was actually in 3 major floods here that affected me once, but the other two I avoided being affected by. Um, but I know people that lost everything. I have family members that were flooded out completely. So I have a phobia when it rains now in Houston. I'm always a little bit, I have a slight anxiety. Hey, Pebbles. One. So, of course, I was telling some friends of mine, my next vehicle is going to be a Jeep Wrangler because I want something that's higher up. My little car sits too low. When it flooded last time, it was basically me on an island and I couldn't go anywhere. I want to get me a Jeep Wrangler with the big tires, hard top, so I can just be driving over ditches and through the bayous. This beach is better. Are you in Florida? It is crazy. I brought my umbrella, so I'm glad that I looked at the. Okay, Alabama. Those in Alabama and those places, when those tornadoes come through, it's just devastation. It's just devastation afterwards. mm. A storm shelter, really? So is it like a basement? Hey, the pretty mortician. Good morning. Dark and lovely. Hey, I like these carpool conversations that we have in the morning, y'all. Uh, I've been looking forward to. I told y'all I was writing. I'm in the infancy stages of my book right now. It's a sci-fi fantasy based book. I'm gonna write like 3 of them, but along these lines of the same. It's gonna be a trilogy. So I've been meeting and talking with this editor. Uh, I grew up watching sci-fi, fantasy-based movies like The Dark Crystal. What were some other ones? Lord of the Rings. I read all those books. I read all the Lord of the Rings. Um, It'll be some horror aspects to the book as well, like Stephen King's It. I love that book. It, The Shining. Okay, y'all, what are y'all doing? I didn't catch the Dark Crystal series, and I remember you told me about that. This beach, didn't you tell me about that? Come on, tell me it wasn't a wreck up here. Yes, I remember that now. The Dark Crystal, you know, when I was little, that movie kind of scared me a little. Uh, but I loved it in the Never Ending Story. Remember that one? Never Ending Story, The Dark Crystal. Um, what was some other ones? At school, you know, I loved that Friday when they would get a movie and that'd be our treat. I was a very imaginative kid. I would always create little storylines. Me and my brothers and sister would play like we had powers and stuff. Because I tell you about my upbringing, we didn't have a lot of monetary things, but we had a lot of. My childhood was very rich. I'll say that. But the Dark Crystal, I researched it. I did look online at it, this beach, and I saw that it's a prequel. Those are prequels before the Dark Crystal. It's before the Skeksis. It's like in the beginning, before the species of the little elf-like people, before they were eradicated. I love that. But the heroine in my books is a black girl, and this black girl, uh, it's in this modern day time, you know, but the main character is a black female. Since us gay men don't like women, that's the craziest thing. I've always had love for my sisters, and women, or I had more female role models that I looked up to than men. So I respect a woman with the utmost respect. Oh, this beach, I am going to check that out. I love to sit down and watch that kind of stuff because it gives me ideas as well with my writing. And sometimes I have to zone out when I'm writing, and I have to just go to a quiet place. I go to a quiet place and I just focus. Like, and even when I go out of town, like to Dallas or Austin, San Antonio, a lot of times I drive by myself, and when I drive by myself, that's when I'm having the deepest thoughts on, my writing. Then, hey Talia. So it's just getting through this. Because I had been in a dark place. I had been in a dark place, y'all, and I have to be honest with y'all, because we buried two family members. One in August. My birthday was in September, and we buried the other family member in October. And these were not like second and third cousins. I never wanted to go into detail about who passed away, but it was two people really close to me. But I didn't. I kept my same. When I was doing the parodies and stuff, I was dealing with funerals, and my family members saw me in the beginning doing the parodies and loved it, and they were very supportive. I must say my family has been very, very supportive of all the things that I've done. JD, hey. And you know what? I think what people don't realize with comedians and people that like comedy, sometimes we have a lot of hurt that we're dealing with, and it manifests in our manifestation is usually being very funny because of the hurt that we've endured. I remember just coming on, and I'm doing the tree parody, and remembering the family member telling me, baby, I love you. I want you to be your best. So I looked at it when I was doing, the parodies, because this family member, it was two women that passed away. And, excuse me. And I think that I was able to come on camera and still put on the show that I put on, because I was thinking about each of these women that played major roles in my life. Hey, just one and only, just one, yeah. It's hard. You know what? And sometimes you can be surrounded by a lot of people and you're the loneliest person. Do y'all ever go through that? People think because you have a lot of friends. I have really, really close friends that I've known 15 plus years. But when I go through things, sometimes I shut down and kind of disappear. Okay. I disappear. I think what it is. Oh, let me shut this. I'm sorry, y'all. I had my little top up. But some of us are. I'm lonely sometimes in the largest groups that I'm in. But my friendships, I value my friendships, and I love my friends. My friends are my family as well. And I think I was always rebellious. I always went against the grain, and people loved me for that. I tell you, my father went to school for theology, and I was a little something. And I tell you, I was sneaking out windows, putting dummies under the cover, going out sneaking, drinking, smoking weed with friends. And y'all gotta remember, this is when I was like 16, 15, 14. And to see me then, as opposed to now, I don't even like the taste of beer or hard liquor. So I don't smoke at all. But I was very rebellious. I would go to Sunday school, not Sunday school, When I would go to vacation Bible school in the summer, they would send us there, and that was like torture for me because those old church moms were mean as hell. And I used to, my grandmother would come and pick me up, and I'd be looking at this old one woman. I'd be like, damn, she gonna tell on me. Because after I've done something bad, I'd be sweet as a little angel. And she said, I'm gonna tell Miss Clara on you. That was my grandmother's name. I'm gonna tell Miss Clara on you because you just acted a plumb fool today. I was like, yes, ma'am. And when my grandmother would come, I think she forgot about it. I see her whispering. I'd be like, damn it. My grandma said, you know I'm gonna get you. After she talked to her, I said, and I called my grandmother Mama. I'd be like, Mama, it was good. Today was good. We had talked about Joseph and Mary. She said, uh-huh. I'm gonna whoop your ass when we get to this house. Hey, sexy. She be like, I'm gonna get you. Cause see, you always had, baby, we had like a little bridge by the Sunday school. I would hide under the bridge and the girls would walk over the bridge and I'd be looking under their dresses when they walk over the bridge. So of course I was managed. I must admit I was caught humping many times. And I would be humping, they would be catching me. She said, you a managed little boy. You are managed. I was like, yes, ma'am. No, I'm sorry. No, ma'am. My grandmother would get, I got so many switchings. I was managed, y'all. I was managed as hell. I would, like I said, I would look under the girls' dresses. I would tie the girls' hair to the back of the desk. Like, we had different races at this Sunday school. Some of the white girls had real long hair. Some of the black girls that had long hair, I would take their pigtails and tie them to the back of the desk. When they would get up, they would jerk their heads. That was another whooping. Yeah, that would be another whooping. My grandma would be like, and I'd be thinking it's over and I'm good. I'd be like, okay, I got away with that one. There go one of them church moms. Well, Miss Clara, can I talk to you for a minute? How you doing? My grandma said, yes, baby, what's going on? That grandbaby of yours, he was cutting up yet again. They sounded like Tracy, actually. They were like, he cutting up yet again. I was like, damn it. My grandmother would be quiet, sitting in the car. After sometimes they'd tell her, and I didn't see them tell her. And she would get in the car. We would get to the house, and she'd be like, you know, you gonna go pick a switch, cause you gonna get a spanking. And I'd be like, what? I ain't do nothing. She said, you sat up there and cut up in there. And you don't want to listen. Them other kids try to learn their lesson, and you in there acting a fool. Miss Clara, yes. My grandmother would be like, okay. She was like, Mama love you. She got me. Well, some of the time she would just throw me. She played some mind games with me. My grandmother was a trip. Because she'd be like, come here. Because one of the boys he took like 75 cents from this little girl. And I know he took the money. And me and him went and bought candy because I was going to tell on him. I was going to rat him out if I didn't get no candy. So I got some candy. We both was eating some little Reese's Pieces. We were good. So it came out. He got threatened. He blabbed. He told. And I was an accessory to the crime. So my grandmother was like, I'm going to get you because I don't raise no thieves in here. I was like, I didn't take nothing. That was him. She said, but you sat right up there. You helped him. She said, I'm going to get you, baby. And I said, Mama, I was just, I was pleading my case. And she said, now come here. And I went over, I had tears running down my cheeks. I brought the tears on quick. She said, come here. And I hugged her. She said, Mama love you. I was like, yes, ma'am. I love you too, Mama. And she was like, I love you and I don't want to see you in jail. I was like, okay, Mama, I won't go to jail. She said, I love you. Now, you come here. Mama love you. She said, I love my grandbaby. She said, now I love you. Now you go pick a switch because I'm still going to whoop your ass. I was like, oh, damn. Hey, good morning, Costco Cookie. She said she loved me. She said, Mama love you. I want to see you go to jail. And I was like, okay, I dodged that bullet. Now go pick Mama a switch because I'm still going to whoop your ass. Baby, I used to put toilet paper in my pants. Like, I would go put toilet paper in my behind. My grandma started hitting. She started hitting my booty like when she had a belt and she was hitting me in the booty with the belt. You could hear like she hitting on a pillow. And baby, I'm screaming. Ah, ah. Baby, I wasn't feeling nothing. She said, wait, hold up here. She felt my booty. Oh, now, baby. I want pure ass. I was like, baby, I used to. Now, my great-grandmother stayed in the country in East Texas, Shepherd, Texas. So we would go there for the summer, and she would work us like we were some slaves in a cotton field. We would be in the garden. We would be like picking peas and okra and pears for preserves, all these fruits for preserves and stuff, so she would make them. And God rest her soul, but this woman couldn't cook, y'all. Not all country grandmothers can cook. She couldn't cook. My grandfather was the cook from Louisiana. My great-grandfather was, this Creole man that could cook all kind of stuff. So, when he passed away, my grandmother continued the tradition of cook my great-grandmother. I call my grandma Mama and my great-grandmother Grandma. But my great-grandmother she would cook and I didn't like it. Me and my cousins didn't like it. And y'all, when she would cook, we would just like put paper towels in our laps and put the food in it and, ball it up and go flush it down the toilet. So she called us one time. So what we did was we took our food. It was like 3 or 4 of us older kids and it was like 4 or 5 younger kids. She had a huge dining table we would all sit at for the kids to eat. So we took our food and put it on the little children's plates. So, because we was thinking, so she won't be as hard on the little kids because they're smaller. So she'll give them a pass. Oh, baby, you was full. You can't eat all that. So we did that, thinking we got away with something. She came in there and she saw that. She said, oh, no, baby. No, y'all, no. I know what y'all think y'all did. Y'all think you slick. You didn't put, and she said, the youngins. You know how the old country people talk. She said, y'all done put your food on them youngins' plate. Now y'all gonna sit there and eat every bit of that whole plate that you put that food on. I was like, damn. And I was like about 8 years, I was about 9 or 10 at this time. The other younger cousins were like about 4 or 5, 6. But we put our food on their plates. They made all of us, 4 of us kids that were around 9, 10, 11, no more than 12. She made us sit down there and eat all of their food. I was just like, baby, my cheeks looked like a hamster cheek. I was just stuffing food down, tears coming out. I thought I was being waterboarded. Baby, needless to say, I never did that again. She would make you go pick you. This great-grandmother, see, my grandmother didn't whoop as much, but the great-grandmother, she would whoop you, and she would make you go pick a switch. And when you pick that switch, I used to try to be slick and pick a little switch that was flimsy and to break easily. Baby, she was like, She'll start hitting you with that little switch it broke. She said, oh, no, baby, you're going to get me something better. And I'm like, damn it. How do you pick a switch that's going to hurt you? Think about it. So I got to pick something that's going to whoop my behind, that's going to have to hurt. So I always found some little middle ground, something that kind of stung a little, but I knew it wasn't going to do too much. Yes, y'all hit the like button. I appreciate that for saying that too. Yeah, she would serve bad food. She she would, oh my god, this great grandmother. She was mean though. My grandmother was more, this great grandmother in the country, y'all, she would whoop for any offense. She would whoop you. And I know that made me respect people. She did make you, when you come in the room, you spoke to everyone. Oh, the mindful empress, she would do that too. My great grandmother would make you pick switches, and sometimes she would plait the switches together like a damn braid. And I would pick something that would break, but hell, she wasn't falling for that. She was like, So basically, you get a pre-whooping, and then you get the after whooping if the switch wasn't to her liking. And these are like peace tree switches. She liked those switches that were like bending. Yes. Hey, Stefani. She would pick those switches that would be bendable, and baby, they would be like, the switch was like a whip. But you know, we would sneak out at night. Now, in the country, we had fun because we would sneak out at night and just be, we were like lost boys on an island. My cousins and I, even the girls were hanging with us. The girls that hung with us were like the tomboys. And I'm kind of questioning some of that now. Hell, I think they were some closet lesbians in a different life. But we had a really good time. Hey, Granny. And I think it instilled in me, that's why I don't, when my grandmother would whoop us, when my great grandmother would spank us, she would say stuff like, "You're not gonna be in jail. I'm gonna beat you." She'd be like, "I'll kill you before the white man kill you." Now keep in mind, this is in the country, so she was saying that, you know, you're not gonna go to jail in some white man kill you, because she came from that era. Um, but Cartier, baby, those switches. I don't believe in really spanking now. I believe you more time out. Now I think a whooping sometimes is needed if you is a last resort. Them plum switches. Ooh, baby, peach tree plum switches. Cause she had all those fruit trees. So when she would get, you know, she wasn't nothing nice when it came to whooping. This woman was a little woman. I used to run and climb a tree, and like a little baby, I climbed a tree, and nobody could get me. I climbed way to the top of the tree. She used to sit in the other cousins, and some of these little cousins was round and little pudgy somethings, so they couldn't climb high as me. Baby, I climbed that tree, and she said, "Get him!" I take off running. She used to say I was like a deer. She said, "Catch him." She used to tell people I ran like a deer, because baby, I would be gone. The other cousins try to catch me, and I'd be like, "These traitors." So y'all chasing me now. When she get on your behinds, I'm gonna chase you just like y'all chasing me. Y'all, it is 7:03. Let me get my behind on this shuttle. The rain has slacked out. The parking lot is empty because of the rain. It's usually a lot more cars here. Uh, so I will hit y'all up later. Y'all, my costume, I'm getting my costume together. It's not gonna be a monster or anything, but I'm getting makeup done for the costume, uh, so it can be very realistic. Water hose and extension cord. Oh yes, I got a whooping with an extension cord, but y'all, Thanks for being here. Uh, Let me go out into this rain, and we will talk later, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for supporting me. All right, take care.